I'm Emma, and you're watching My Birthway, and this is my 28 weeks pregnant update. And so we are solidly in the third trimester right now, which is an exciting feeling. I don't think it feels like, woohoo, we did it, because I've already felt that way. But I do feel the pressure now to get this stuff, get this world I live in ready for a baby, because it's not ready. I think I mentioned that a couple weeks ago. Stuff has not been done to welcome a baby. I mean, babies don't need much. They need me, Jason, some space, some, some clothes, but not epic amounts of things. And we're going to get those things, but I have to keep telling myself that they don't need like a new beautiful color of paint on the wall. So if we don't have time to do it, it's not a big deal. That kind of thing. But this week I've noticed, one, I guess, sort of negative thing. It's not negative, but it's like not a fun experience. I've been way more emotional, and way more emotional in a weird way. Like, I got some kicking going on, or some swirling, not kicking, some swirls. Maybe it's a percolator dance in there. Anyway, more emotional and like I've been more sad, not nonstop. Like, it's definitely not like a prenatal depression thing. It's just a mood swing, hormone thing. And more angry, which is very weird. And it usually manifests in the afternoon around the time that I'm filming this video, which is like 6 p.m. Excuse me. But it seems to manifest when I'm doing the outside animal chores. And I'm just like, I don't want to be out here doing this. And like one duck will run off this way instead of going where they're supposed to go. And I'm like, I hate ducks. And I get really upset and I get really mad when things don't go the right way. But only in this time of day. Not all day. That could be related to maybe I needed more food in the morning, even though I thought I ate enough. It could be related to just hormones. I don't know, but I really don't like my response because I get so angry and I just don't feel like it's a good move. So I need to start deciding to be less angry. And I think part of the reason too that makes me angry is animals do crazy things, but I can't really get them to do the right thing because I could fall down and hurt myself because it's slippery out there and I can't chase after them and herd them this way. I have to, it's real slow and it just slows the whole process down. And it's not the most fun thing. So I just need to, I think there's just another level of me accepting slowing down, which is not my natural inclination at all. But that's one thing that I haven't loved about myself, which also during those moments too, because I'm like yelling at some animal, do this thing. I feel really guilty every time because my baby's hearing me yell, which people yell. That's the way things go. It's not like I'm yelling every single day, and it's not like I'm, yelling all day. It's really not that big of a deal, and the normal human range of emotions is going to have to be a part of this baby's life, just like every baby's life, but it just, in the moment, because I'm already so emotional, I just feel like I'm going to be a sucky mom. I'm going to suck. I'm going to just yell, but I'm not going to yell at my kid. I know that. I don't yell at kids. I don't know. I just don't want to be an angry butthead, even though I'm not an angry butthead. I think this is just a hormonal thing, but it just makes me feel really upset. And I have to like sit down out there in the middle of the animal chores and just be like, boo-hoo, I feel like I'm going to be a bad mom and I'm sorry. I suck, and I'm like, I don't actually suck. I just need to stop. I need to sort of get over that feeling. Because that's not, oh, hi Bolt, thanks for coming to say hi. That's not a real thing. I think it's just me, my hormones and stuff. But what I can do, because I can't control my hormones, is to just relax and try not to get as angry. And it doesn't happen every day. It's only sometimes. So I just kind of rambled about that. But that's how I feel, and it's made me feel kind of less like I'm a nurturing, good mom. I think once a baby's born, I'm not concerned. I'm just talking about now, like, oh, they're in there and they just think, hey, I'm going to meet my mom and she's going to yell all the time. Even though I yell like 0.001% of time, when you think about it like that. But the other day when I yelled, the baby kicked me right after I did, and I thought, she heard me, or he heard me. And I feel bad about that. So that's just one thing on the lesson of being a parent is you gotta get your crap together and stop doing the things that you think are negative, or try to calm down the character traits about yourself that are negative or that manifest sometimes negatively. So that's all. I mean, it's related to me being super passionate and like into everything I do, and in this way, hormonally now, I just feel extra upset and mad if things don't flow the right way, but just with the animals. So I just have to get over that. That's all. Also, I said she first a second ago when I was talking about it. I felt more like it's a girl now. It's interesting. I mean, who knows? It's gonna be a human, and I'm gonna love it, so it doesn't matter. But I really feel like it's gonna be a girl now. I mean, I had a dream recently. I think it was last week where it was a boy, but it didn't feel prophetic. And after I woke up that day, I felt more convinced that it was a girl, which is really interesting. And I don't know why that would be the case. But I think it's a girl now. I maybe think it's a girl. But I don't know if I necessarily think it's a girl, like when I thought, oh, it's for sure a boy. I think that I just think it's more likely that it's a girl now. And I don't know. I'm just, as the baby starts to have more personality of movement and more subtleties and more defined, specific movements, I feel like they're girl movements. And I feel like we're bonding as women together, which is a weird feeling. Who knows? I don't know. It could be a boy. It could be a girl. It doesn't matter. It's going to be exciting to find out. That's really cool, and I'm so glad we decided to wait. Yeah, so also, I mentioned this last time, is there's less kicking, and there's more like little things. So I've noticed a lot of movement, especially when I'm laying down at night when I'm going to sleep, and in the morning before I wake up, which I don't realize it's happening, but Jason will wake up and feel my stomach, and he can tell. So they get a little time together. And the movement is definitely more subtle and cool and crazy, and like, especially way far back here where I didn't even know my uterus went that far back, but I guess it does. Feels like it's up against my spine. I feel like this crazy roll somersault thing where I'll feel a head over here and some feet over here, and it's like a woo, spread eagle stretch. Let's we're doing the YMCA in there. That's one joke Jason had. It's cool. It's really cool. And then the last thing that I've noticed this week is I've been going to the bathroom a lot. It's not diarrhea, but I've been like going to the bathroom a bunch, and I mean, it's fine. I called the midwives and asked them, and they said it's fine as long as it's not like watery, because then you get dehydrated. When it's not, but it's still very soft and often, but it depends on the day. So I don't know. I assume that's just hormones too. Because that's one thing the midwife said it could be. And then it's cool. It's just such a roller coaster. My body changes a little bit every day. But I think last week I showed you my stomach, and this week I can try to show you a little bit more too. Yeah, there it is. It's definitely a stomach. Like now, no matter what, my boobs sit on my stomach unless I sit super straight up, which I normally do. But if I lean over just a little bit, or if I try to tie my shoes, it's like complete boobs on stomach, which is cool. And I feel like my stomach is really hard in the evening because it's more full, and it's a little softer in the morning because there's less pressure, I think, in there with food and things like that. So that's what this week has been like. And we're in the 3rd trimester. We're like at the home stretch. We're nearing the end of pregnancy, and I just know it's going to go so fast. I really want to enjoy it. So I've been trying to slow down, not just physically, but emotionally, to slow down and take the time and be like, let me just enjoy it and think about it, because it's going to be over before I know it, and then life's going to be different forever, and I'll be a lot more tired and I'll be less able to think about how special this is when I'm super sleepy. I'll be able to think about how special it is to have a newborn baby, but not to remember how special the pregnancy was. So I'm really glad for that reason to be doing the videos too. But as always, thank you so much for listening. This is the 28 weeks update, and I will see you next week for the 29 weeks update. And after that, or during that video, I'll be able to tell you about my next prenatal appointment and getting my blood glucose test done and all that stuff. So that'll be another update. Thanks a bunch, and I will talk to you next time. All right, bye.